Good, fine evening, YouTube. What's crack-a-lack-and Cadillac in YouTube? What's good? What's up? It's, it be 2018. It's a brand new year, you know. Now, the next couple of things I'm going to say, YouTube, it may make you feel depressed when you hear me say it, but also it might make you think. Now, if you can't handle realism, just people being real with it, if you can't handle people being real, then I would suggest not watching this video. Yeah. Smoking a Marb Red. This isn't really a rant video. This is more or less, you know, me speaking my 2 cents on a couple of things. Now, Valentine's Day is coming around the corner right quick. And, if you have a girlfriend to spend it with, awesome. If you don't, it's not that big of a deal. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself because you have nobody to spend it with, feel sorry for the schmucks who have to break their wallet spending it on their significant other. And now, if I have a girlfriend and it's Valentine's Day and I got the money to do it, I'm going to do it classy. You know what I'm saying? You cook her favorite food. You get some rose petals leading to the bathtub. You get a nice, warm, relaxing hot bath set up with some bath bombs in it so it's pink and pretty and smells nice. And you and your girlfriend can have some nice champagne while you're in the bath together, you know, celebrating Valentine's Day. But don't just give her champagne in any old glass. Come on now. It's your girlfriend. You want to spice things up a bit. So you take your champagne glasses and you chill them so they're ice cold. And then before you chill your champagne glasses, you get some of that chocolate that freezes. You know what I'm talking about? And you want to rim your champagne glass in just a little bit of dark chocolate and light chocolate. Let it freeze onto the rim of the glass. And then when you take your glasses out to serve your pink champagne in and what have you, crush up some ice with a couple of strawberry slices and throw it into the glass, and then you pour your chilled pink champagne on top of it, just like that. Yeah. So now you got the champagne's perfect, the bath's perfect. You got some scented candles, some incense, some rose petals in the bathtub. You know what I'm saying? You got the whole kit and caboodle. Now you're playing our favorite music on a portable speaker in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? But you take it a step further, you want chocolates and diamonds if you can. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? Stuffed animals, massage oil, that sort of thing. However, from a guy's perspective, okay, if I have a girl that I've been with for a long enough time, and I show her that I love and care for her and that she's my queen in a sense, you know what I'm saying? If I have a girlfriend and I treat her like my queen every day to begin with, what's one extra fucking day? You know. Which is why I don't think Valentine's Day should even be a fucking holiday. You know, it's really a holiday for women to brag about how much their boyfriend spent on them. And I guarantee you, if you made her friends jealous of her, then you're doing something right, Skippy Jim. I guarantee you, when all her friends envy her in her little social circle, you know what I'm saying? If her friends are the ones saying, well, you're not going to believe what her boyfriend or her husband did for her on Valentine's Day. You know, and when they're going to their husbands or their boyfriends saying this shit, it's making guys go, fuck, I gotta step up my game. God damn it. So sometimes you find a girl that's easy to make happy and take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Yeah. Now, if you're working on Valentine's Day and most of your coworkers are female and all your female coworkers are taken, just focus on your work and tune them out for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Valentine's Day. Of course, chicks are going to brag about how awesome their boyfriends are. I'm not stupid. And me being the sarcastic, realistic smartass, I'm like, oh, your boyfriend is so awesome, honey. Well, that's special. Guess what? You're not the only woman that thinks her boyfriend or her husband's the greatest. So, you know. Yeah. There's a couple nice things to being single, though. I can work on myself as a person. I can get better at guitar, get better at my job. You know what I'm saying? Learn to film a more quality YouTube video. Image capture completely quit working on my computer, so now I'm going to have to upload my videos 100% through my phone. It's a pain in the ass, but what are you going to do? Technology likes to fuck with me, I've noticed that. Second thing I'm going to say, if you're alone on Valentine's Day, who gives a flying four fucks? Who gives four flying fucks? If you're alone on Valentine's Day, who gives four flying fucks? A lot of women care because a lot of women want to be pampered on Valentine's Day by a man that cares about them. And some dudes even want the privilege of pampering that special woman in their life. So I get that, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, YouTube. Got some cherry pipe tobacco and to top it off. Here's where I get realistic in the video. It doesn't matter if you have somebody on Valentine's Day. Shit, it doesn't even matter if you have anybody, period. Whether you're single or not, it is irrelevant, because in the end, we all die alone. You get husbands and wives who've been married for 60 plus years. And yes, they might have shared many wonderful memories together. Raised children, you know, created their own homestead, that sort of thing. But here's where the sucky part of that comes into play. Couples who get to a certain age, one of them dies before the other one. And this is something that makes me iffy about dating, you know what I'm saying? Is the thought of dying before she does and putting her through that kind of pain. Or the thought of her dying before I do and me going through the pain of losing her. The pain of losing a loved one the pain of losing a life partner is unimaginable. Now, personally, I think it would be better to have lived a life completely alone and companionship free. It makes the bitter end a little bit easier to deal with, and it hurts less knowing that you're not leaving someone behind or that someone's not leaving you behind. Worst case scenario, when an elderly couple grows old together, one of them dies before the other one, the remaining member of that couple will either forget their loved one's past, and they'll wander the nursing home, or they'll wander their own house looking for their loved one, forgetting that they've died. Or they remember that they've died, and the only thing they have left to remember that person by is their memories. Now, they say chicks dig confidence. That's pretty obvious. But here's the thing. How are you supposed to be confident in yourself when every girl you like says no? Every girl you like is taken. Every girl you crush on just either says no or looks at you like, ew. And it hurts to some degree, YouTube, I'm not going to lie. It's lonely and it hurts. I feel like there's something physically wrong with me, like there's something that I was given, like some bad hand in a game of poker, and you just dealt the cards you're dealt with, I guess. Truth be told, I've seen some ugly-ass dudes here in town with some pretty cute chicks for girlfriends. And I'm always wondering, okay, what the fuck does he have to offer that I don't? I mean, it's none of my business, but, the question's always there. But lately, my attitude has been, if a woman rejects me, it's her loss, not mine. I got better things to do. Play guitar, drink booze, tobacco, YouTube videos, kicking ass at my job. You know what I'm saying? Having a relationship is not a requirement in life. It is merely a perk. I'd imagine that living your entire life without companionship would be rather painful. You'd live life regretting it. I would imagine you would live life even more lonely than you would be. You know what I'm saying? You'd be seeing people your own age who are going through that, and you may not go through that kind of loss if you choose to live the rest of your life companionship free. You may not go through that painful loss later in life, but the drawback is that you're alone the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? So the pain is equally shared by those who have never felt love and by those who have felt it and lost it. Yeah. Now, life asked death, why does everybody love me and hate you? Why does everybody love me and hate you? Death responded, because you are a bitter lie and I am the ugly truth. The only two things that are guaranteed in life, YouTube, are death and taxes. Yeah. And people are going to gripe and say, well, tobacco's bad for you. And my response to that is, what isn't bad for you these days? I got one short life, and I enjoy smoking tobacco, so I'm going to smoke it. Second thing I'm going to say is if that person doesn't make you happy, why date them just so you can say you have a fuck buddy or you have sex, you know? Dating somebody just because you can fuck. What kind of relationship is that? You don't even like the sex. It doesn't feel that good, but you're doing it just so you can have somebody to fuck. And that's just miserable, YouTube. That is no way to live a relationship. If you're not even slightly physically attracted to that person, why be with them? You know? People can act modest all the fuck they want. Oh, I don't notice people for their looks. I only notice people for their personality. It's a cop-out bullshit. You can't say the first thing you notice about a person is their personality, because your first impression of somebody is how they look. And every human does it, so don't even play like you don't even do that shit. And if you're attracted to that person's look, you're going to be staring at them like, yeah. So women who get pissed off at men because some men prefer bigger boobs, you know, I can already hear the argument now. Oh, men are just pigs because all they want is big boobs. Meanwhile, if that same woman's into muscular dudes and she sees a muscular dude walking down the street, she's going to stop and stare at him. You never hear men say, I'm sick and tired of women just noticing me for my biceps. Or more than that, damn it. Because do you know how retarded that sounds? Holy shit. There's a reason why men get biceps, YouTube. A very excellent reason why men get huge ass arms like I have is to let other men know, don't fuck with me. I don't take shit from nobody. The only shit I take is in the goddamn toilet. And it also lets other women know, hey, you can feel safe in my arms when we cuddle at night. What shot? You know what I'm saying? Now, men will get bigger arms to attract women and to let other men know, don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? You never hear men say, I'm sick and tired of women just noticing me for my biceps. I'm more than that. Like I said, do you know how stupid that sounds? Double standards, or am I right? Now, second thing. Yeah, some men like big boobs. Some men like small boobs. Not every man's the same. So, 9 times out of 10, women who make complaints like that are usually smaller chested, and they're jealous because they're not getting enough attention from the opposite sex. And let's be real, when you're getting positive attention from the opposite sex, it feels good. You know, you feel confident in yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's been times I haven't been rejected and it felt good, and I felt confident and sexy in myself. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. Like, hey, you know, like you feel like a stud when you got chicks hitting on you. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. But there lies that double standard. If men have lots of sex, they're considered studs. But if women have lots of sex and both people in that situation are playing it safe and being smart about it, and it's all consensual, everyone's of age, you know, it wouldn't matter because society's bullshit double standards. Men get called studs and women get called sluts. It's like, what the fuck ever, dude. You know what I'm saying? Some people just really like sex, and if they enjoy it, they're being safe and responsible about it. Is it any of your fucking business? Fuck no. What the fuck are they doing? They're living their lives. They like sex. They're enjoying it. They're being responsible. They're being safe. What the fuck are you doing about it? You're jealous of what they have, and that's why you call people names, isn't it? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. But men and women are so goddamn competitive with each other. Amongst men compete with other men, and women compete with other women, and then you get men and women competing with each other. So both sexes compete with each other and amongst themselves, basically. You know, not to sound stereotypical, but for guys, like, oh, my car engine's louder than your car engine. Yeah, oh, my gun's bigger than your gun. Shit like that. For some women, it's, well, my dress is prettier than your dress. Shit like that. But the problem with society is these double standards and these sexist expectations that society automatically expects from men and women. For women, it's, oh, that's not very proper. That's not very ladylike, And for men, toughen up, pussy. Oh, did you get a little boo boo? Rub some dirt in it and quit crying about it, you little baby. That's exactly how it is, YouTube. That's exactly how it is. Women are told, oh, that's not very ladylike. You must be proper. And men are told to toughen up, Yeah. Now, even if you don't have enough money to go crazy on Valentine's Day and spoil your girlfriend more rotten than a corpse, that was a dark way of putting it, but there you go. At least if you do enough to show that you love and care about her and that you at least tried to make her happy. And sometimes that's all women want, is to know that they're appreciated and that you love and care about them. And here's the thing of it, YouTube, while I'm rambling, get my pipe ready to go here. Char light and tap it and oh yeah, that cherry pipe tobacco, that's where it's at. That's good stuff. That's got a really sweet aroma to it. Now, if you take someone like myself who's had a lot of rejection from the opposite sex, and you take a girl who's had a bunch of guys treat her like shit, treat her like eye candy, even if one person may have had more dating experience than the other person, I guarantee you that their perception on the dating scene is going to be the exact same. They're going to think, oh, this is shitty. People are just shitty. When you're so fed up with dating that the only thing you can do to take your mind off of it, hit up your local YMCA, fucking hit that gym, put in your fucking headphones, and drown yourself in your favorite music, drown out everyone else's bullshit, and lift and exercise until your muscles can barely move, until you're so sore that all you want to do is curl up on the floor and sleep afterwards. Yeah. It's like the equivalent of weightlifting, only binge, like if binge drinking, only instead of binge drinking, you'd be binge lifting. Which here's the thing, I get that 100%. I don't go to the gym very often because I'm naturally well built. You know what I'm saying? I'm naturally muscular. Which, that actually helps in my favor, even though, because of the autism, I struggle with social interaction. And getting a girlfriend is definitely a social interaction. There were two kinds of people on the dating scene, YouTube. Two kinds of people. There are those who can go out and get it, and those who have to wait for it. Yeah. The people who can go out and get it are the kind of people that we call players. You know, the kind of people the kind of dude that could just walk up to any chick and within 4 minutes get her number very easily. And vice versa, you know what I'm saying? But the people who have to wait for it, they try approaching a member of the opposite sex, and it's just a complete social disaster. Not only is it a social disaster, but they have less confidence in themselves by the day as they try. You know, that or every relationship they've been in has been shitty, didn't last long, you know. There are people, and these two kinds of people I call getters and waiters. When it comes to love, you got the getters and you got the waiters. You got waiters who have getter potential, and then you have getters who sometimes deal with waiters type bullshit. Yeah. It does work like that sometimes. Now take homeboy Scotty, for instance. One of my best friends here in town, homeboy Scotty, before he was dating Tina, and before he had that kid with her, who he loves very dearly, you know what I'm saying? He's giving it 110%, you know what I'm saying? He's doing the best that he can. Sometimes that's all you can do in life. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? Yeah. Well, before Scotty was dating Tina, it was ridiculous how many chicks would blow up his phone on the constant. And I was kind of jealous of it because, like, I could barely get a girlfriend to save my life if I was lucky. Whereas he didn't have to try. He could just, you know. And it was like, what the shit? And, you know, it was kind of irritating, like, from my perspective at least, because it was like, and don't get me wrong, I was happy for him. Like, that's cool, you know, that he has that gift. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you couldn't at least give me 34% of what you have with the ladies. Just 34%. I'm not asking for like 100% here, just enough to where, you know, it's not so fucking difficult. And I'm sure he would gladly give that up if he could. But that's not something you can just hand out like a cigar. Like, oh, here you go, you know. No. People who are waiters when it comes to love, these are the kind of people that will usually take the time to better themselves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And yes, attractive people have a very easy time attracting companionship. That's just 100% real, okay? And I'm not trying to offend anybody with this particular video. I'm just trying to, you know, speak my 2 cents here. If you're a bit overweight and you're having a hard time with the dating scene, you have 3 options. You can bitch and complain about it because, you know, you having a hard time, and you can just give up and be single the rest of your life. Because, like I said before, it doesn't matter if you have somebody or not, it doesn't change the end result. Or your other two options, you can lose a little bit of weight and make yourself more attractive to others. Or you can say, I'm not changing a goddamn thing. I'm beautiful just the way I am. I'm going to find somebody who's into fat people and they'll appreciate me for every inch of me and blah, 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 blah. Those are your three options, YouTube. Take it or leave it. And that's the cool thing about life, is you have options like that. Giving up should never really be an option on anything, you know. I know there are people out there who struggle way worse than I do on a day-to-day basis, but at the same time, you know, I feel like if I lived in a bigger town, if I wasn't a YouTube celebrity and I didn't have Asperger's and I had just a little bit more confidence in myself, if I had those four things, I feel like dating wouldn't be so difficult for me. I mean, I can always have more confidence in myself. That's not a difficult thing. Well, it is to some degree, but I digress. But I can't change the fact that I have Asperger's, and my YouTube status, I'm only getting more popular on YouTube. My subscription count is going up and up and up and up and up. If I actually made $2,000 a month from just making YouTube videos, I wouldn't be complaining shit. I tell you what, I'd be a happy son of a bitch, man. I'd be dropping them $2,000 checks in the bank, man. Yeah. I'm the kind of person, I don't get companionship very easily, so I have to wait for the right opportunity to present itself. I used to bitch about love and shit all the fucking time, but I don't bitch about it nearly as much. And that started happening a while back, actually. There was this story on CNN, this couple, this man and this woman who had survived the Las Vegas shooting. They died in a fucking car crash a couple weeks later. It was a story on CNN. And that just, man, that fucking hit me a little bit, dude. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That just tells you there's no fucking God. For one, what kind of self-righteous asshole that Christians say, oh, God cares about all his children, and then the Las Vegas shooting happens. A bunch of innocent people are killed. And for what? You know? And I kind of feel like there is no God, because then 2, 3, 4 weeks later, people are getting killed and dying after surviving that shooting. And it's like, what the shit, you know what I'm saying? It kind of makes me think there is no God. If I was given the hypothetical, if I could click my fingers and make my Asperger's go away completely, or make life a little bit easier for everyone, you know, that's quite, could you imagine, what would you do in that scenario, YouTube? Make yourself better or better the lives of everyone else. I think I'd have to make life easier for everyone else before I get rid of my Asperger's, honestly. Yeah. I mean, granted, yes, if I didn't have Asperger's, I wouldn't struggle socially, and dating wouldn't be as difficult. But it's a trade-off, I guess, for being creative. I've been trying YouTube to not get pissed off as easily at little things. Although, when you have a bad habit of letting little things piss you off, it can be difficult to break. You know, it could be something as simple as the keyboard for your computer is not working like it's supposed to, or you stub your toe, you know, shit like that. You mispronounce your words, or you say things you don't mean to say, you know, minor, imperfect, stupid, normal shit that humans do every day. The minor hiccups that we experience on a day to day basis. The imperfections that every human experiences at least once or twice. You know, are less than imperfect moments. Of all the critics in the world, we are the biggest critics of ourselves. Others may judge us. Others may judge us, but none can judge us as harshly as ourselves. Sit down, smoke a pipe, and ponder the great questions of life. The great questions of life. How is it that, as an attractive bad boy musician, I have troubles with the dating scene? Because, by all accounts, I got big muscles, I got a big dick, I'm good looking, I play a mean ass guitar, I sing pretty good, I have a gift with music and animals. I'm generally a nice guy if you get to know me until you piss me off. Yeah, I have all these good qualities going for me, and yet I still struggle on the dating scene. How could humans be so mean to each other and treat each other like absolute shit? That's another thing I ponder. Is why are humans such fucking assholes to each other? Oh, trigger warning, there's cussing in my videos. Oh, if you're offended by cussing, kiss my Asperger's. Kiss the whitest, hairiest part of my Asperger's. If you stop and think about it for just one fucking second, you realize there are more offensive things than cussing. Did I walk over to your dead dog's grave and shit and piss all over it? Oh, I didn't? Well, fucking hey. That's a crude example, but there you go. Shitting and pissing on your deceased pet's grave would be way more offensive than somebody uttering a little four-letter cuss word. Well, there are three four-letter cuss words that I know of. Fuck, shit, and cunt. And when it comes to dating, fuck this shit, people are cunts. I like how I put that, that's awesome. uh, love is like a fart. It stinks, it involves assholes, and you shouldn't force it. Damn straight. Yeah. Now, sometimes women aren't even creeped out by me. Sometimes they find me super attractive, and it's because they find me so attractive, they don't talk to me. I understand that intimidation 100%. You know, I'm the same way with certain women. Like, if I'm in a bar drinking and I see a woman I want to talk to, quite often I won't do it because I don't have enough confidence in myself. Which is weird because I can have the confidence to post a video to YouTube for the entire fucking internet to see. Everybody and their mom are gonna talk shit on it, you know. Those of you who like it are gonna be like, yeah, I can dig what this guy is saying. Those of you who are gonna hate it are gonna be like, fuck this autistic asshole. Yeah. I guess when I'm making a video, it doesn't really feel like I'm talking to people. It feels like I'm talking to myself, basically. Because I'm basically talking to this fucking camera right in front of me, you know. Yeah. But life is full of options. And if the options aren't hurting anybody else and it makes you happy and it's your fucking money, do what the fuck you want. It's your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight the fuck up. Straight the fuck up. Now, here's the thing. If you're at work on Valentine's Day and your female coworkers start talking about how awesome their boyfriends are and just going on and on and on and on and on and on, and your sorry ass is single and you don't have a girlfriend, ignore it and just do your job. That's all you can do. You could be a smartass and say, oh my god, my right hand is so awesome. Like just the other night, we were watching Chatterbait Females, and we had a real bonding moment right there, you know. I feel like we've grown closer together. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like that because the women at your work would be like, oh my god, that's so disgusting. That's nasty. He's talking about masturbating. I don't want to hear that shit. And you could retaliate, well, I don't want to hear about you and your stupid fucking boyfriend. You think you have the perfect relationship? So does you and everybody else that has a relationship. It's so fake. How everybody thinks their relationship is so perfect. But guess what? It's a false lie that people persona to the public around them to make everybody think that they're so happily in love when behind closed doors, every couple fights behind closed doors. Every couple disagrees behind closed doors. Don't think for a second that they don't. They might act cutesy and public display and public and shit. Now, to be fair, it's kind of like this. Like, you don't want to see someone else's public display of affection, especially when you're single. It kind of feels like they're rubbing it in, like, oh, look what I have and you don't. I have a girlfriend, you don't. Ha 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 ha. You know? And it's like, bro, that's gross. Nobody wants to see that. But the minute you have a girlfriend, it changes, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. As soon as you get someone special, as soon as you get you a main squeeze, it all changes, doesn't it? All of a sudden, you're that asshole showing her off to the world, making every other single guy feel like shit. Yeah. And you think that just because your girlfriend's not attractive, that some guy's not going to try to steal her away from you. Think again. The same can be said for women and the vice versa. You think just because that your boyfriend's not attractive or that whatever, there's always going to be some bitch trying to steal him. That can be true for both sexes, to be honest. So if you're single and you're young, don't stress it because, quite honestly, we all die alone anyways, so it doesn't fucking matter whether you have somebody or not. Have fun sleeping at night with that thought, ladies and gentlemen. fun sleeping at night, knowing that you're going to die alone just like the rest of us, knowing that it doesn't matter if you find somebody special or not. It doesn't change the fucking outcome. Ha ha ha. Like my Asperger's was talking shit again. Excuse me. Well, it's a good thing I'm smoking this sweet smelling cherry pipe tobacco because I do believe I just farted. Man. Here's the thing, YouTube. I've gone months without sex. So if I get a girlfriend and she tries grounding me from sex, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm the kind of guy that if my girlfriend tries that shit, I try everything in my power to be as sexy as humanly possible until she breaks and ends up throwing me on the bed and forcing it on me. And by the time we're all done, I'm just gonna have this big old shit eating grin on my face. I thought you said I was grounded from sex. What happened? She'd look at me and be like, shut up, you know what you did. Like, I didn't do anything. She'd look at me and be like, shut up, you know what you did. She would look at me and be like, shut up, you know what you did. I would look at her and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. No fucking idea. I like getting pussy, it's alright, but I think our society puts way too much hype on sex, to be honest. Yeah. I guess it just depends on the person you're having sex with, because, some people are just bad in bed. And that's just kind of, yeah. If you have shitty sex partners that are bad in bed, that just ruins your outlook on sex in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, some chick's wanting to get her rocks off on some good dick, and she can't because every dick she fuck is tiny and she can't even feel it. And then she meets the one guy that just rocks her world. Yeah. And I've been that guy in most cases where chicks have been like, oh, you know, when chicks are comparing me to other dudes they've had sex with, and they're like, honestly, you're so much better than some of the people I've been with in the past. When you got chicks saying shit like that, it's like, yeah. Now, I think when Summer broke up with me, she didn't tell me the entire truth, to be honest. Part of it was because people on YouTube were making fun of her because she was dating me and her ex was harassing her. And part of it's because she wants to become a dude and fuck other chicks. If that's how she wants to do, then that's how she wants to do. There's no sense in denying who she wants to be as a person. If that's the kind of thing that will make her happy, then by all means, I'm not going to stop her from achieving happiness. You know what I'm saying? But when she voiced that she thought about doing that when I was dating her, I was like, okay then. Anybody who's had thoughts like that in the past is probably going to end up acting on it. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how it goes. For most things. Anyway. Oh, we got a message on the screen. I'll turn the camera around. Apple ID verification. Not now. I'm making a video. Alright, turn the camera back around. Yeah. Someone would tell friends of mine that I bragged about and talked about our sexual stuff in the bedroom on YouTube and on Facebook, and I might have said, "Hey, I got laid. It was awesome," and I left it at that. I didn't go into explicit detail. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. But what I learned from dating Summer is that if I'm lucky enough to get another girlfriend, I can't show her off on YouTube unless she okays it. You know, and I have to fair warn her that some of the people that follow me on YouTube are fucking assholes. They cyberstalk my internet existence just to make my life miserable, or try to at least. And when all it does is get me more, exposure. And on top of that, I get more famous on YouTube because of it. I mean, come on. Like, I kind of feel like a random video of me just doing this number and talking is kind of boring. We need a product review, damn it. I got you, YouTube. Hold on a second. Alright. You see what we have here? Do you know what this is, YouTube? This is perfect size for one German chocolate cake by Duncan Hines. And it's got, it looks like a bunch of delicious stuff in it. And each individual packet comes just like this. And now what you do, I'm going to set my tobacco down here for a second. I'm going to grab a cup. And a fork. Now, there are several ways you can make this, but basically what you do is you take your packet and want to pinch it, give it a shake so all that powder condenses to the bottom there. So when you tear it open, just like that, you don't make a huge mess opening it. And then you take, that powder mix smells really good. You take your powder mix, dump it in there just like that. Now at this point, all you gotta do now, you can add just a little bit of water. You can add just a little bit of milk, or you can add just a little bit of coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wanted to really amp this motherfucker up, you add just a little bit of coffee and a little bit of Bailey's Irish cream, and you stir it into that powder, and you microwave it. Yeah. But you want to stir it before you microwave it. just enough water to where it goes just above the surface of that powder, just barely above the surface of that powder. Damn, my Asperger's is talking shit again. I gave just enough cold water in here so it's above the surface. I'm gonna take this fork and want to stir it up. Scrape it off the sides if you can. Yeah. Just give that a really nice stir. And try not to get it on your pants or anything. All right. It's important you leave the fork out of your cup for this next step. Now, what we're gonna do now is I put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it nuke. Now, I cleaned the inside of my microwave, but the screen right here, I didn't wipe the door off on the inside, but I cleaned the inside of my microwave. So inside of the microwave's clean, but the door itself, like right here on the screen, needs to be wiped down. And it's slowly gonna rise. I'm gonna watch it so it doesn't. Yeah, see, it's starting to poof up just a little bit. I got like 56 seconds to go. Again, we don't want it to poof up and spill over the top and make a mess in our microwave. Like 44 seconds, 43, 42, 41, 40. Oh yeah, it's starting to poof up again. 39 seconds, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34. And now that it's done microwaving, pull that out. And if you look in here, look at that, YouTube. Instant German chocolate cake in a cup. Oh, damn. All right, go ahead and stick the fork in there and then flip the camera around. Be very careful eating it because it's going to be fresh out of that microwave. So there are, this is, yeah, this is a cool little deal you can do. Like I said, if you poured like, if you had a big ass coffee mug that was bigger than this one, you poured like 2 of those packets in there, and a little bit of coffee, and a little bit of Bailey's Irish Cream just above the surface of that powder. Stirred it up real good, and microwaved it and watched it so it didn't poof up all over the place, you know. And then wait till it's done. Oh yeah, it's nice and warm. You could probably find this kind of thing in your local grocery store, your what you call the baking aisle. Yes. Yeah, that cup's a little warm. So what does it look like? Oh, there you go. That's what it looks like. Get a close up of that. Yeah. Mmm. Oh, hot. Mmm. I don't want to burn the back of my throat now. I can only imagine if you were to add, like if you took Folgers chocolate silk coffee and you added it right above that powder line, and then you added some Bailey's chocolate cherry Irish cream on top of that, and you stirred it up real good, and then you microwaved it like I just did. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh. See, stuff like this is great for people who aren't very experienced with baking. Stuff like this makes baking super easy. I'm not going to say I'm an expert at baking, but I'm not exactly a novice. I mean, I've done a couple baking recipes here and there, but this is not only tasty, but super easy to make too. Mmm. Ooh. Mmm. No sense in trying to swallow it when it's too fucking hot. We don't need to burn the back of my throat. Because I've done that before. When you burn the back of your throat and it swells up for a couple days and then the swelling goes down. Yeah. I'm sure there's homemade recipes you could do to make this recipe. So all you have to do is microwave it and make some kind of cup and a cake, or cake and a cup. Literally, if you're, this definitely gives a whole new definition to the word cupcake, doesn't it? Kind of does. I mean, you're pouring German chocolate cake instant ready mix into a cup. You add just a little bit of water, stir it up, microwave it. And what else would you call it? A cupcake? I mean, for real, it's a cake in a cup. Literal cupcake. You know what I'm saying, you two? Like, come on now. Oh, look at that. You want a bite? Go ahead. Grab a bite of that real quick. Yeah. Mmm. See, this is the kind of thing I could see myself adding to ice cream bread mix. Legitly. If I had like a chocolate Moose Tracks brownie fudge ice cream and some self-raising flour, some Nesquik double chocolate milk, and some of this German chocolate cake mix right here, I'd mix all that into a bowl and bake that into a fucking bread. Word of caution. This is going to make the inside of your cup very messy. I mean, I'm reusing this cup for water anyways, so I don't care if there's a little bit of cake on the inside of it. Like, you know. I'm not going to leave it in there, obviously. I'm going to wash it out, but for the sake of the video, because I'm going to want a cup of water after eating this, and might as well use the same cup. There's no sense in dirtying two cups. YouTube. This product gets the King Cobra seal of approval. If you're in your local grocery store next time, look for this in your grocery store. You will not be disappointed. You like chocolate? Who doesn't like chocolate? If you don't like chocolate, there's something wrong with you. Damn it. Now, would it be convenient to blame every woman out there for the few that have treated me like shit? Yes, it would be convenient, but it wouldn't be fair, and I wouldn't. That's why I don't do it. I'm not the kind of person that's going to hold a grudge on women in general just because a couple of them were complete cunts to me. That wouldn't be fair to the rest of the women out there, and I wouldn't. You know. But that in itself is a double standard, because women out there who get treated like shit, guys like me don't have a chance, because as soon as I try approaching them, their first instinct is to say, fuck you, get away from me. And honestly, I kind of understand how that feels to some degree, you know. It's kind of like if dating itself is a bad partner on the dating scene and you yourself are the victim. When you get rejected and hurt, it's, metaphorically speaking, like dating someone abusive. You know what I'm saying? And once you get away from that scene, it's hard to trust people. You know, once you've been rejected enough times, it's hard to trust love. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying? So I could meet some smoking hot goth chick in the next couple of months that just blows me away physically and mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the two of us could click together so well. It's just like, damn, that's a cute couple. And it could be a really awesome, positive change for me. But I would have a hard time accepting it and trusting it because of past bullshit, you know. In the back of my mind, I'd be saying to myself, this is too good to be true. you know, and I'd be paranoid about it ending, and I'd be afraid to get attached because of it ending and shit. Uh, oh wow, a guy with attachment issues. That's a shocker, isn't it, ladies? That's a first, I know, right? Yeah, you think that women don't. You think for one split second that women don't get attachment issues. Think again. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, you too. I mean, you could just sit here for hours on end, taking your fork or your spoon and just scraping the inside of your cup, getting all that delicious German chocolatey cake goodness, and just, yeah. So the last couple of days, I've been having issues with my kitchen sink. My neighbors would take a shower or wash dishes, and soapy water would fill up in my sink. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I've never seen plumbing do that before. So I called my landlord's office, and they sent over some plumbers, got it fixed, no problem. And maintenance like that is free of charge on the person who lives in the apartment, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that helps me out because it makes my living situation easier. My sink works, and it helps my landlord out because it's making sure that, her shit stays up and running and that, Well, if I'm inviting chicks over to hang out and the first thing they see is, oh, everything looks moderately clean, despite the fact that he smokes and he's a bachelor. Okay, he's got autism, but all things considered, doesn't look that bad. Oh wait, the sink's flooded with some funky looking soap water. Um, yeah, no. Like you can't even do dishes if your sink's doing that kind of shit. So it's kind of counterintuitive. There are some women who are like, I'm sick and tired of men and all their bullshit. I want to go lesbian. Fuck men and all their bullshit. Blah, blah, blah. There are some women who think like that because they think that women won't do the same exact thing. Ha ha, that's funny. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. There are some women who go lesbian and thinking that, oh, if I go lesbian, women won't treat me like shit like all those men did. Huh. Ladies, that's fucking funny. That is fucking priceless. What a time to be alive. German chocolate cake in an instant. That is fucking awesome. You think that you'll go lesbian, that women won't treat you like shit? Huh. That women won't cheat on you? Uh-huh. That's funny. That is more rich than this chocolate cake. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. Well, ever since I seen that story on CNN about that couple who died in that car crash just weeks after surviving the Las Vegas shooting, that put things into perspective, YouTube. For one, it made me appreciate being single in some sick sort of way. And I say that because when you're with somebody, you're vulnerable. If you're with a girl and you love and care for her, you do anything for her. You know, you take a bullet for that woman. You know what I'm saying? That, like that moment in Dragon Ball Z where Vegeta's like, "That's my Bulma." You know what I'm saying? You too. So in some ways, when you're dating, you become vulnerable. Not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that, you know. And I'm the kind of guy that gets very protective of his girlfriends. That's just the kind of person I am, you know. And when I got the huge ass fucking arms to back it up on top of that, you know. Anybody messing with my woman, they're about to find themselves in the goddamn hospital. They'll be lucky if they're not in a fucking body bag. Wacha, acha, cha, cha. I over-exaggerate just a little bit, but you get what I'm saying. Well, the product was open, so obviously you could tell. The first time I tried doing it, I didn't stir it before microwaving it. And it didn't puff up like a cake. And I'm just like, well, it tasted fine just like that. But then I tried stirring it before microwaving it. And then I discovered that, oh, that's how you do it. Maybe if I would have read the directions on the back of the box. Typical guy, right? Typical guy, right? Fuck the directions. I'm a guy. I don't need no stinking directions. I'll figure this out on my own. Damn it. Well, fuck, it's missing like 4 screws and 3 nuts, and like it's a little tilted to the left, but it's together. Falls apart 3-4 minutes later. Honey, don't you think you should have read the instructions? I don't need those stinking instructions. What is it with guys and instructions? Half of us think that we're too smart for some goddamn instructions. Like admitting that we need to read the instructions on how to put something together is automatically going to make us less masculine. What the fuck is that shit? Like, especially if you're building something for your kid. Like a little playground set or whatever, you know? I mean, come on. There are some people who say that porn is bad for you because the brain cannot distinguish real from fake. And I disagree with that to some extent. I tend to think if you take the time to look up a specific type of woman that you're into, you know, smoking hot goth babe with big tits, you Google that shit, you look up videos of it, or pictures of it, you know what I'm saying? If you're physically taking the time to look it up on the internet, then your brain knows it's on the internet, it's not real. Versus right in front of you, if you can't reach out and touch it with your own hands, if you can't reach out and caress it with your own hands, then you know it's not real. You know. And some people think, well, what's the point of watching porn? You're just basically teasing yourself. Like, if you want pussy and you're craving it, so you jack off to some chick playing with herself. Oh, wow, you know. That's the lesser of two evils, I suppose. You know, if the choice is, let's see, rape some poor innocent woman or jack off to some chick playing with herself on a porn video, I think the smart decision would be to choose to watch the porn video. Yeah. Honestly. But when it comes to, as I drop my pipe tool, I had to scratch my back. Hold on a second. That spot on my back I can't quite reach. That's where the wall comes in handy. But when it comes to domestic abuse and rape, there's a double standard when it comes to men and women. And I feel like that women can get away with it a lot more than men can. Especially when it comes to things like rape. This negative stereotype that all men want is sex. All we think about is sex. And that's all we want and care about. So when a man says, hey, I was sexually assaulted by this woman, people will look at him like, but you're a dude. Guys are supposed to always want sex. So how is that sexual assault, guy? Well, here's the thing. What if the dude's asexual? What if he's married? What if he just got out of a shitty relationship and he's not ready for that kind of thing yet? So many factors. What if that's not the kind of chick the dude's into? Like, what if the dude has a specific type of chick that he's into, and it's some chick he's not even into forcing herself onto him? You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to domestic abuse, if a woman fights off her male attacker, she's brave and courageous. But if a male fights off his female attacker, well, goddamn it, he's a monster. How dare he hit women? Double standards. And guarantee you, if this kind of thing goes on for months on end, and the guy says he's had enough, and he doesn't just whapa, and he doesn't just straight up cold cock her, he just does this. That's all he does. Shove her away. She could turn around and say, oh, he hit me, blah, 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 blah. And he could say the truth, would be like, well, no, all I did was shove you away from me. You've been hitting me for months, you dumb bitch, blah, 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 blah. Any cop in that situation is going to look at it as, oh, it's a he said, she said moment. And if it goes to court, this could go one of two ways. If it goes to court and the jury's got a mixed bunch of sexes, it's not just all male or all female, then there's a fair chance. But I guarantee you, if the issue goes to court and the judge is a female and 95% of the jury is female, that dude is so fucked. It could matter less if he's in the right. He's so fucked. That's just how it is, YouTube. Just how it is. I've been rejected before. It's not fun, you know. And I never understood how certain women, when they react to me like, ew, why is this person talking to me so beneath my league? I never understood how that felt until when you have, now, you could be attracted to the opposite sex. That's all fine and dandy. I get that, you know. But there's just certain women that I would not date because I'm not attracted to certain women. There are certain women I'm not attracted to. And when they try asking me out, I'm nice about letting them down gently. You know what I'm saying? I could be a douchebag and a complete asshole about it, but I'm not going to, you know? If a woman I'm not into is asking me out and she's being polite about it, the least I can do is be polite back and letting her down gently. And okay, yeah, I burp and I fart and I'm disgustingly vulgar on camera, but that's beside the point. If I'm an attractive musician, I should be allowed to have some standards. I mean, unless I win the fucking lottery, I know for a fact I'm not going to be banging no supermodel anytime soon. Unless, of course, walking around outside in warm weather with your dick hanging out fully erect becomes perfectly legal, then, you know. Then it might have a chance. Some banging ass chick see me walking around, she'd be like, you get in my car. Alright. Nah, but I kid, because that would be kind of gross. See, if that law was made exempt for only me, that wouldn't be fair. Now, would it? Because, yeah, no, I'm just... Going back to what I said earlier about how in love you have the getters and the waiters. The people who go out and get it, these are the people who are the players, the go-getters. These are the people who can easily get it. Easily can get companionship. And then you got the people who have to wait for it because, you know, quite often if you're in a rush to find companionship, you're not going to find a very happy and long-lasting relationship, especially if you're in a rush to find it. Instead of taking time to look for somebody that'll make you happier in the long run. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? And it's funny because I had a crush on this one chick, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, there's no way in hell it's gonna happen. Let's be realistic here. You know, then come to find out, we have a lot more in common than I would have realized, and that's always kind of cool. You got a chick that you got some chick that you're kind of attracted to, and you have a couple of things in common that, you know, at least if the opportunity arises, you know that it's not going to be a complete dud in the water, that there might be some chance that, you never know. When old King Cobra turns on his charm, I'm quite capable of seducing women when I really work at it. But I can't just not try like some guys can. I really have to work at it, you know. Had some chick in my apartment, she was drinking with me, and at the time, my electric guitar didn't work. So to woo her, I played my acoustic guitar. Needless to say, I got some puss that night, but there you go. Yeah. Chicks dig dudes who play guitar and have big muscles and facial hair. That's just a given fact. And if they can sing and they're excellent with animals, on top of that, bonus points, people. Yeah. I've got my pipe physically clogging up. Hold on a second. So most people who smoke tobacco will generally smoke cigarettes because you pull one out of the pack, you light it, you ash in an ashtray, you snuff your butt out when you're done with it. It's just that simple. But with like pipes, pipe smoking is so tedious. There's a lot of little things you gotta do. And some people don't have the patience for pipe smoking. Yeah. My first couple of pipes I had, man, the teeth marks were really bad. But this pipe that I have now, no teeth marks at all, none. It's because when I smoke my pipe, I hold it in my mouth just like that. I don't have to death grip it, but just enough pressure to hold it in my mouth so I can talk while the last time I tried recording a video, the recording was all shaky and wavy and weird. I don't know why my camera phone's acting up on me like that, but hopefully this video is normal and I can post it to YouTube with no problems. Get another Pipe Thoughts video put up on YouTube for y'all to watch. Some brand new King Cobra content for your face. As my Facebook ban is almost lifted, I might do a Facebook Live video when it's lifted. I might not. We'll see how I'm feeling. Give that a stir. Dump some of that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was cached. Oh yeah. I better plug this phone in. Anyways, this is King Cobra JFS with another Pipe Thoughts video. Thank you for watching. And I'll catch you all in the next one.